Greetings to all of the delegates of the 2021 ICPA Federal Conference, wherever you may be. First of all, let me say that I'm genuinely sorry that I can't be in Longreach, live in the room, to deliver my tribute today. Obviously, an unfortunate combination of pandemics and postponements put paid to that. Still, the show goes on, and I was truly honoured to be blessed with this opportunity to write and recite for such a wonderful cause. Now, that honour is easily enhanced by the fact that on Easter Sunday 1999 I married an Augathella girl in Augathella on a weekend where we doubled the town's population. Kate's education benefited greatly from School of the Air and, more significant to this occasion, ICPA. As many of you will know, her proud mum, Margie Maud Greenway, is a celebrated contributor to this organisation, and so I thank her for, amongst other things, a well-grounded wife. I'd also like to thank Wendy Hicks for her patience and perseverance in helping us get to this day. It's a special day, and it goes without saying, I really enjoyed writing this one, and I'm delighted that I can share the story with you now. The true story of an ICPA half-century. The despair of drought hung lowly on the dislocated town, an air of doubt that deepened when the Burke Hostel closed down. But defeat was not an option on account of cloudless weather, and she knew that they'd be stronger if they all stood up together. So she commandeered a meeting, and the rightful thing was done. The mighty Mrs. Edgeley, back in 1971. Yes, she rose amongst that gathering and made a declaration. The one thing that we must protect, our children's education. And a seed of hope was watered by a tear of joy that day, as the birth was crowned and christened in the name, ICPA. 4 letters proud and worthy in a hard but honest nation. Children at the forefront, namely those in isolation. The parents of these children unashamedly invited to be vigilant in vision, strong of voice, and co-united. Mothers who were weighted down with far too much already. Fathers who were breaking backs to keep the home front steady. Young Australian families, and giving it their best, they descended on that meeting where the challenge was addressed. Then all across the countryside, they gathered to the fray, and they saddled up that stock horse with the name ICPA. Well, the message spread like fire, and its relevance was burning. Equity of access to the tools of greater learning. An isolated child, one who for geographic station is compromised unfairly when it comes to education. The reasoning compelling, but the day was far from done. Every inch was fiercely fought, and every classroom won. They shouted from the rooftops to personify their fears. Far too often, sadly, it would fall on wooden ears. But the blaze was in their heart now, and it wouldn't go away. So they shouted even louder, did the bold ICPA. Finally, a breakthrough, and the true believers roared, for they shouted and they shouted till they could not be ignored. The government responded, and in 1973, persistence was rewarded with the sacred AIC. Allowances incorporated, supplements secured. The victory was vital, and its relevance endured because the fight was one of principle and something had to give. No one should be punished on account of where they live. So the icon was established. It was here and here to stay, and the letters were imprinted. They were ICP and A. Branch by branch, they made their stance. A nation joined the ride, and everyone who wore that badge, they wore that badge with pride. dedicated, passionate, and stubbornly tenacious. It became a family of its own, hospitable and gracious. And family was paramount in everything achieved. From Monaro up to Charleville, the signal is received. From Oatlands to the Alice, Port Augusta onto Broome, Broken Hill to Lord Howe Isle, from fax machine to Zoom. And here we are in Longreach, where it honours me to say, another federal conference flies the flag, ICPA. Oh, you can almost see their faces when the sun is going down. Mitchell, Edgeley, Jakins, and the VPs, Green and Pown, pioneers of progress, back when school was in the air. Now the sky's being mustered. There's a satellite up there. Ain't no doubt about it, friends. We've walked a country mile. But the beauty of ambition fuels the same inspired smile. To be the best that one can be, and high is where we aim. The bond of child and parent, it's undoubtedly the same. And the spirit of the people who have gathered here today shines a light towards tomorrow in the name ICPA. There's a moral to this story, and it echoes undeterred. Believe in what you stand for, and your voice will soon be heard. Success befriends adversity on every worthy track, when all you really ask for is a fair and decent crack. Despite the many hurdles, and no matter what the weather, strength is better measured by the mob that works together. There is love and there is loyalty incumbent in your tears. That's the sum of every heart. A tale of 50 years, and beyond this celebration, the horizon's holding sway as we ride into the future and we shout, ICPA. Yes, to every proud contributor who somehow lit the way. Raise your glass in honour. 50 years, ICPA.